4th of July, how about that? Boy, time flies. Here we are, we're past the summer solstice, and we are 4th of July in it. And it's hot, and it's going to stay hot. The National Weather Service out of Monterey paints this, basically the state of California under an extreme heat warning. There's other watches and warnings. There's red flag warnings. There's excessive heat advisories, which are less than the heat warning. But when you see that purple, excessive heat warning, painted all over the state, just assume it's on. Fire danger's on, air quality's on. It's just the way it's going to be. And so this excessive heat warning is extended or lasting through 11 o'clock Wednesday, July 10th. That is, I can't remember a time where they were forecasting that much heat for that long. So we're going to keep our eye on it. What we're waiting for is the fog to come back, and you can see it sitting offshore here. Be nice if it would show up. Right now, it's kind of sitting offshore. You're looking for the smoke up in the fire zone, not really happening. They really squashed the Thompson fire up out of Orville. They got a good handle on it. I think they're, under 4,000 acres. They had gone to 2,000 in a 24-hour period. It went fast. Brush fire, right? So, in more wind. A little less wind today, but the heat and the humidity still remain. But firefighters crushing that fire. We'll look at that a little closer in a minute. We can see the fog sitting offshore, right? It looks pretty clear too in terms of smoke in the atmosphere. But this is Ocean Beach, San Francisco, and that marine layer is really 8 miles offshore, 6 miles offshore. You see the Great Highway, you see the bikers below. The highway closed today for 4th of July and folks being able to go walk out there. And if you are, the heat's crushing you, you can get out to the beach and you'll be in the 70s and 80s. And it's going to be hot. The sand will be hot, but it's still not what it's going to be in Livermore. Yesterday, Livermore was 110 degrees. That set a record for Livermore. Okay, I'm going to just pulse through this. Can you see California? Let me draw it in real quick here. If you can see it, I'm sure you can. So you got to keep your eyeball on that little box right there. And that area is where we live or reside. That's the Bay Area proper. And I'm going to pulse through this to the afternoon. Boom, hot again. Tomorrow afternoon, hot again. Next day, hot again. Hot again. You see the little cutout right here? That's us. And that's our little island of manageability in terms of temperatures, especially around the bay. But you get over Vollmer Peak, across the Caldecott Tunnel, get out into Livermore Valley. The purples will reside. Those are 100s. And we are going. what are we on? We're on July 8th. It's still happening. Look at the valley. Look at the east side of the Sac Valley. July 9th. July 10th. I'm right. Now, does it mean it's going to happen? No, but it's a pretty, the models are all congealing on the idea that this heat is going to hang on. So places in the Central Valley are going to be under the gun for a while. This is Watch Duty. I love this site. This is air quality meets current fires. And when you look at, let me see if I can set this up here. If you look at this area here, when you see a fire, that's a relatively newer fire. This is a fire that doesn't have a lot of containment. When you see the fires like these that have the little brown around them, that means that there's more containment on them, significant containment. And then you can see the air quality. If we come in close here to the Thompson fire, you can see, I know this area well just because I grew up in Paradise, right? So we used to hang out in Norville a lot up at the lake. You can see the bright red represents the hot spots. The orange represents evacuation considerations, and then the dark red, this red area represents mandatory evacuations. And one of the things I noted, I was just looking at this morning, but this fire yesterday, when the winds, in the last couple of days, when the winds were blowing kind of like this, and then a little bit like this is Orville down here. This whole area, that's Orville. You're in the neighborhoods. And had this been a typical red flag warning, 35, 45, 55 mile an hour winds, once the fire jumped the Feather River, which is just a fire line that had, would be a natural fire line set up from where the fire started, that would have been disastrous, quite frankly. And so you can see how much weather plays into this. Had the winds been 10, 20, 30 miles an hour stronger, it'd be a different forecast today. So the forecast today is, let me bring in the beach again just because it's awesome to look at the beach live. I have a big screen at home and I'll put them up on, some days when I'm sitting around doing work, I'll just put them up on the Surfline cameras up on the big screen, like, 50 inch or 60 inch or whatever it is, and HD, and watch the ocean. See guys out surfing, folks out surfing. It's going to be hot at the beach today. Rip current's a concern. It doesn't look nasty, and it's not, except the water's cold, and there are rip currents. It's not a massive rip current day, but there are rip currents. You can also see the fog here. So today's another hot one. Just get in line, get ready to repeat day after day of this kind of heat and what it means to you and your pets and your family and your close relatives or anybody just getting through this. Develop a routine and drinking water, exercising early in the morning. All the things you already probably are doing, and just keep going. I'll let you know when the heat's going to break, but right now, Inland Bay Valleys, you're under the gun. Everybody else is just like it has been. No big changes except around the bay. It'll be slightly cooler. So there you go. That is July 4th. I hope you have a good day. If you see anything like fire or smoke or anything, call 911. They'll accept that call, and you can be a citizen firefighter and help things out. Okay, there you go.